3, and I'm taking you on a quick tour of my Scrivener world building template, which is a folder I made as a notebook so that you can build a world for a fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, romance, wizarding series that skyrockets you to fame. Whatever it is you want to write, hopefully this world building template will be able to get you there. You can keep all your notes in one super neat organized space. If you're lacking inspiration, this template will definitely inspire you. And I just wanted to compile a bunch of resources from around the web and make this cool tool for writers who are interested in world building. So it's just for fun. And you can download it with the link in the description box if I've done this correctly. So for now, why don't you just sit back and enjoy while I take you through, and you can learn how to use this and see if it's right for you. So let's get started with two of the first folders. So this is the economy folder, and here you can keep information about your fictional world's economy. Actually, one of the first things you may want to do is fill in this bit, which is insert world name. And for now, I've just called this one Earth 2 because laziness. And so Earth 2, name your world and then get going and keep all the information about that fictional universe right at your fingertips. So after the economy is set, you're going to want to go through the government, crime and legal system, foreign relations, politics, and war. I made war a little subfolder because we want not just the rules of warfare, but weapons. I made the weapons folder a subfolder, so if you want to, let's say, call this one broadsword, and then you can just add a blank file and call it crossbow, that kind of thing, so you can add individual weapons into your world. So that's how you use that one, and that's why that's a subfolder. So you can keep all of that information in there. Let's close up war and government. And the next part is the land. Now, I don't think you can draw right in Scrivener, but you can upload pictures, and I definitely encourage you to do so. My top bar isn't pictured here, but basically you can go. It's really easy. You'll have to hit file, and then you'll have to hit import, and you can import a photo, and you can organize it in any of the sub notebooks if you're using a drawing or a pic for inspiration. You can also take photos right with your iPhone or draw on your iPhone or iPad to upload. So I think that's pretty cool too. Let's pop right in and see what's in the land notebook. We've got physical and historical features, which you can note here. Climate and geography, which is its own subheading, where you can put the climate, geography, natural resources. Then you've got the population, rural factors, urban factors, just more places to take notes. And I will kind of try to link my sources down in the description. I'm not trying to make money off of this, so hopefully whoever printed the original resources doesn't mind. Flora and fauna. So this comes with a little how to use template, and this should be super easy. You add template pages to create the flora and fauna of your fictional world. Sorry, I got kittens. So if you hear kittens, that's what this is. So you click here, down arrow, and you can add, let's say, a flora. And this is really easy because you can just go in and fill in the blanks. Name, description, growing method, region, and climate. Let's do the same thing for a creature. We click the drop-down menu, creature and fauna, name, appearance, diet, and you can just fill this in like it's any old questionnaire. So let's say here we want to call our creature a centaur, appearance, half man, half horse, diet, grass, predators, the blade, prey, the grass, reproduction, scary and confusing, that sort of thing. And you can take your notes however you want to. And so you can add as many as you want in here. You can fill this whole notebook up with different aspects of your universe and then close it right up and keep it really nicely organized. Cities and towns, you can do the same thing where you're going to want to, I will add a how to use page for these, but you can add, let's see, a city and town template in here, and you can fill that in. Name of the city, when was it founded, etc. And you can just double click here. And let's say I want to name my city after a real city. I can name it Castries, and then I can add in all the cities. Let's say if I want another city, I can call it King's Landing, and perfect. And so you can fill up that bit, and you can add photos within that subfolder as well. So countries, you can do a similar thing. I have a special template for countries. You click that little gray arrow, you add the country template, and you can add as many countries as you like. Then once you're all good and ready, have that filled in, You can close up this folder and make use of it how you want. Now, the society and culture folder is quite large and extensive. I think that's the part where a lot of writers get really excited. And I added a few pages that I wouldn't have found in world building checklists because I know in this day and age, people are getting creative in different ways, let's just say. So we have arts, entertainment, recreation, architecture. Take notes on all of that in here. Then we have gender and sexuality. You can write genders, sexuality, gender politics if you want to invent new genders. I read an Isaac Asimov book once where it took 3 people to reproduce. I think that was the gods themselves. And so if you want to take notes like that, create a universe or a planet like that, you can add that in here. Then we have daily life, calendar, diet, dining customs, boom, boom. Then education, ethics and values, fashion and dress, racial politics, disability politics. If you're interested in creating a world where there's a lot of intrigue surrounding that, you may like this. Language and gestures. I didn't create a language template because I wanted that one to be a little more free. If you're inventing a language, that may just defy what my expectations are. And I think that's one area where I didn't want to pigeonhole you, and I'm not a linguist, so I couldn't really, figure out a way to make a linguistic checklist sort of thing. But we've got our manners, meeting and greeting, social organization, specific countries, and visits. Now, I'm not sure what visits means, but this was on one of the checklists, and so I'm adding it here. And if this is, relevant to you, cool, more power to you. Then the last thing within this folder is religion and philosophy, philosophical beliefs, religions, and deities. Now, for deities, you can actually add as many as you want. I have a template for that. You can click down here, add the deity template, and you get this cool little questionnaire of what sorts of for deities that you can ask, and you can name them. Let's say you want to name him Zeus, and you can fill it out, and you can say, Zeus right here, and fill out these questions and get to know the gods of your fictional world a bit better. Now, that is it for society and culture. Let's take a look at magic and science. Magic and magicians has a subfolder with magic and tech, rules of magic, wizards and witches. Great. Then we have medicine, science and tech, transport and communication. This one's self-explanatory. If you want to beef up this folder a little bit more, I recommend it, but I really wanted to keep it simple. Then here, species and races, and then you can add a species or a race. Now, I think I will change this a bit before I upload it to include, so these are subfolders because I have categories here that you can add. So species template, I've got that. You can fill out this really detailed questionnaire on species, on whatever species you want to create. So if I want to create a species of lions, well, I can fill that out and name them, that sort of thing. And you can do the same thing for race. We'll click here and we'll make a race. So if you want to make elves, you can type in elves and you can answer all these different questions and, just take a look at them, scroll through, and you can answer all these questions about the fictional race that you want to create, which I think is pretty awesome. Then history and timeline. This is great for high fantasy, especially because you want to keep track of where things are falling in your specific universe, so you can keep track of things. And also you may have something like family trees, that sort of thing. I recommend uploading the family trees as images if you want to create a specific family history and timeline. But for now, these 2 sheets should help you out. So let's get that closed up and look at the last bit of this notebook, which is the characters. And here, I have created a how-to section as well, and I have 2 different character templates for you to use. One is the Gotham Writers character template. So as I've said, they're from Gotham Writers. I did not create this. I'm not claiming I did. It's a very detailed character template for really digging deeper into what your character is like. This is not what I use for my professional writing, but I really liked it. I thought it would work, and I thought that a lot of people would appreciate that template. Then there's the standard character template, which is what I use, and it's just basically something that Scrivener itself gave me, but this is what I tend to use, and you can just fill out this questionnaire about your character. You can use whichever you want. You can mix and match the 2, but I thought it would be cool to have some options here for creating your characters. The research folder is empty. You can add new folders and jot down notes, to-do lists, whatever you need. And the templates folder is where I keep the templates that I created for this. And you should be able to edit those a bit to your own specifications if you don't like what I did. So that's it. This is the notebook, the world building notebook. I really hope you enjoy using it. I will polish it up just a tiny bit before I upload, but I hope you enjoy it and found it useful. And, let me know if you do use it in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the next resource that I come out with.